Welcome to MuleTown Speed. I'm Brian, and you're watching an engine showcase video. This engine is for sale, and we make a video like this for every engine that we sell so that you can get an in-depth look at your engine and watch it run before you buy it. Although we don't rebuild or remanufacture engines, our process of cleaning, inspecting, testing, and fixing if necessary gives you the confidence that your used engine is going to run great in your project. It'll also protect you from spending big bucks on a crate motor or risking your time and treasure on a junkyard mystery motor. Alright, today's engine is 353011. That's the number that you're going to want to remember when you contact us if you're interested in this engine. It's 353011. This is a 2000 model LM7, which is a 5.3. That has only 100,000 miles on it, which is pretty darn rare. It's hard to find them with this low miles. 100,000 is pretty darn low, and it runs as if it has 100,000 on it. It runs great. It's a drive-by cable. It's got the PCM, the 411 PCM, which means it's easy to program. It's a Gen 3, so all of the electronics are relatively simple and easy to work on. It's got the 862 heads, which is just the standard cathedral port cylinder head, but it doesn't have, you know, the VVT or the DOD or any of the stuff that comes with the Gen 4 engines. Keeping this really simple, drive-by cable. This is going to fit a lot of applications. So what we did is we went through this, we went over this and we inspected it. We replaced the water pump and the gaskets for the water pump just because I couldn't actually get the fan off of that the original water pump, and it needed, so it got a new one. And then it didn't have one of the oxygen sensors, the front O2s, so we replace that with a new Bosch O2 sensor, so you're good to go there. This is being sold as a level 3 kit, so that means that it comes with the wiring harness, it comes with the PCM, exhaust manifolds, starter, all the accessories except for the AC compressor. All of the little bells and whistles, sensors, all that kind of stuff is going to come with this, including the fuse block to actually run it. So it makes it very easy to get it installed in your vehicle and get it fired up. If you're looking for specifics on what's included in a level 3, go to MuleTownSpeed.com. There's a page there that goes through all that for you and kind of lays it all out. In addition to the water pump and the O2 sensors, we also replaced the oil filter, obviously, oil, spark plugs, and then we also, on every engine that we do, we clean and test the injectors to make sure that they're going to function properly, and these did. They looked really good, and so this thing runs awesome. We're ready to go. Let's just get to testing, and if you're interested, all of our info will be at the end of the video. Thanks for watching. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is 353011. We're going to do a test run on this engine this morning. It is, it's first thing, well, not first thing in the morning, but engine is cooled off as much as it can overnight. We were testing it yesterday, and let's just see. Yeah, 86 degrees coolant temp, 79 inlet air temp. It is super hot and muggy out today, so this is as cold start as we're going to be able to get. So what I've got set up here, this is the 100,000 mile engine, and it's an early engine. So what I've done is I put a mechanical oil pressure gauge right here, so we can watch that. We can get a cold reading, a hot reading. You can listen to this thing and see what you think. So I'm gonna hit my fuel pump and my starter. Fires right up. So the cold start reading is about 48 psi on the oil pressure. You can see alternator is charging. Alternator is functioning. It's pulling good vacuum. It's like 33, 34 vacuum, and as this warms up here a little bit, that'll probably drop even a couple more, but anywhere in that range is fine. And yeah, our gauges our sensors are working. Coolant temp's warming up. IAT will also creep up as well as this room warms up. And our O2 sensors here are, once it gets warmed up, will start oscillating back and forth, and that's what you want to see for a closed loop setup. This is set up for closed loop and speed density. So it's still running front O2 sensors, but it's not running a mass airflow sensor. It is set up for a inlet air temp sensor, which is right there. So you don't have to plumb in that mass airflow sensor. There's one less thing to have to worry about plumbing and wiring and all that kind of stuff. So this is a level 3 kit. So it's going to come with a fuse block. It's going to come with a wiring harness, the computer, and all of the fuel system, all of the ignition system, all of the front accessories except for the AC compressor. And it is about as plug and play as I can give you without, knowing exactly what you're putting it in. Power steering is nice and quiet. I just have that looped right now, so it's just circulating fluid. And it's got the new water pump on it, so I don't expect any problems with that. Brand new water pump. Underneath, nice and dry. No leaks. Kind of what you see down here is just from a gas spill from yesterday. But everything's nice and dry under here. $124 degrees, it's warming up nice, which I would expect since it's darn humid out. But since we're still warming up, you can see it's in open loop still, so it's not yet. O2 sensors really aren't doing anything yet to correct for a fuel, too much fuel or too little fuel in that tune. But it's nice and quiet. It sounds exactly like what I would expect a 100,000 mile engine to sound like. Got a nice girthy exhaust tone. There's no funny ticks or rattles or squeaks. So I have this exact same engine in my work truck there, and it has over 250,000 miles. I think it's like 270,000 miles on that original engine, and it doesn't sound that different really, as far as the engine goes. So these things last a very long time, and if you get one that's low miles like this, it's about as good as you can get for a starting point for you for your hot rod swap. All right, so we're in closed loop now. So it is going in closed loop, and it is correcting for fuel, which is what you want. These are going back and forth, just like that. So it's reading high, it's reading low, it's reading high, it's reading low. That's exactly what they're designed to do. So those O2 sensors are functioning. This came with only one from the salvage vehicle, so we installed a brand new Bosch O2 sensor for this side. Those will be included in the level 3 kit, so you'll get both of the O2 sensors along with the exhaust manifolds. And obviously these pipes are mine, but you can have those. Those are ready to go, and you know they work, so you can install them in your vehicle, and you're just that much further ahead. Try and be as complete as possible here. This is a drive-by cable setup, and it has a fuel pressure regulator right here, which will regulate fuel from your fuel pump. So you've got your inlet from your fuel pump, and then your return right there. So you've got two lines going back to your tank. So what most people do, if they've got a carbureted application, is they'll run a new feed line, which is, generally you want at least 3/8. For this size engine, for this power level, 3/8 is more than fine. But you can use your factory line, your carbureted line coming from your tank as the return, and then you just have to run a new feed line that is capable of holding that higher pressure that the EFI demands, which is 60 psi. So it makes it pretty darn easy. You only have to run one additional line from your fuel system, and then you just need a fuel pump capable of handling the EFI pressure. But connecting to that's very easy. 163 degrees. So you can see our oil pressure here stuck at negative 15. Obviously we don't have anything plugged into that. You take another look at oil pressure. About 45. PSI. No smoke. Everything's nice and clean. No drips, no smokes, no rattles, no lifter ticks, no rod knots. I think so far, this is the lowest mileage engine that I've gotten through the shop since we started about this time last year, going full time with this. With these Gen 3 engines, which have much simpler electronics, the availability of these engines, from what I've seen, is actually going down. They're harder to find. And they're harder to find in good shape, and especially hard to find low miles. So the typical, suburban owner or Silverado owner like this, I drive that every day, and I put miles on it, and they don't really wear out when they get to that high miles most of the time. But to find one with 100,000 miles, a truck engine is incredibly difficult. So this one came out of a wrecked truck. It was an older gentleman that just didn't drive it all that much, and now we've got it. So now you can get it. So we're at 190 degrees, so we're pretty well warmed up. Generally these things, when they're in a vehicle, completely warmed up with a factory thermostat, will generally run about 200 degrees-ish, which is a little bit higher than what like a standard small block Chevy normally does. Normally you're looking at like a 170 or 180 degree thermostat, but these are about 200, 198, somewhere in there by the time it opens up, which is completely normal, and they don't mind it at all. So what I'm going to do, 194, that's probably good. I don't want to keep rambling here. Give this one more. One more wrap. One more listen. That's good. But I don't want to get too hot. Let's look at 196. Let's look at oil pressure one more time before shutdown. 42 looks like. Kind of looks like it bottomed out about 42, which is what we saw yesterday. Now I'm going to call it, I think. I think that's good. Right there. We'll stop it there. Let's finish this up. Let's wrap it up. So I hope you liked what you saw there in the run video. If you're interested in this motor, our contact info is all on the right side of the screen here. Let us know the stock number of the engine that you're referring to when you call us, email us, whatever. That way we're all on the same page. We are located in Columbia, Tennessee, and that is about an hour south of Nashville. about an hour north of Huntsville. So for shipping, we can ship all over the country to a dock of your choice for a fee, and we can also deliver the engine to you for a fee just on our shop truck here, and get you taken care of that way. Or you can come pick it up here in Middle Tennessee. It's all up to you what you want to do. And all of this info, as well as other engines that we have available, and our new PCM programming services, is on our website, MuleTownSpeed.com. That's kind of our hub. So if you have questions, go there and hit us up and let us know if you want this one. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you.